What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get the most range out of Tesla Model 3 cars. Now again, this is my 2021 Tesla Model 3, but most of the things that we're going to talk about in today's video, you can apply to any EV out on the market today. So the first tip that we're going to talk about is the regenerative braking and how to maximize it. Now, when you first jump in an EV and you let off the accelerator, it feels like the car slams on the brakes. That is your regenerative braking, and really that is going to be your best friend when it comes to maximizing the range out of your Tesla Model 3. Now, like I said, it could be a little bit weird to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's almost as if it's fully one-pedal driving. You don't even need to use the brakes anymore. You come to a stop, you anticipate it, you let off the accelerator, the car slowly comes to a stop and completely stops itself. So it's got multiple benefits. One of them is it prolongs the brake lives on the vehicle, as well as recycles that kinetic energy into usable energy for the Model 3, therefore prolonging the range that you get out of your car. So that is the first tip, anticipating and using your regenerative braking to your benefit to extend your range. So the second tip that we're going to be talking about today is efficient driving habits. Now, I'm not one to be talking about this because I do like to enjoy the car. To me, it is like a real-life go-kart. But that is a way to prolong the battery life of the car and get the most range out of it. So several things, making sure you drive smoothly and not super on and off the pedal like my brother-in-law likes to drive. But yeah, staying smooth on the pedal, letting off smoothly will definitely prolong the battery life of your car and get more range out of the car. Also, not everybody wants to race at every stoplight, so don't take off as soon as the light turns green. That definitely helps with slowly accelerating and just driving it like a regular normal car to get the most out of the range. And the next thing that you could do to help out with that is turn off the acceleration. There's a toggle that you can turn on and off, which I'll show you guys in the car itself. But you could turn it off from chill to standard, and it just makes the car a lot slower. So that way, even if you do punch it, the car doesn't really take off the line and use more battery life. Therefore, it'll prolong the battery life of the car, extending your range and taking you farther and farther with your car. Now, the third tip that I've got for you guys is the climate in the car. Now, obviously, this is a battery-powered car, so any and everything that this car uses and does sucks up from that battery. So the air conditioning, the heat that you guys turn on and off with the vents, that consumes a lot of energy. So if you're in a position to be able to turn on the seat warmers or the heated steering wheel or things like that, as opposed to turning on the heat or the AC or things like that, will definitely prolong the battery life on these cars. I am in the Chicagoland area, and as you can see, I'm recording in a parking garage because it is cold, wet, and raining and snowing outside. So sometimes it's not an option to just turn on the seat warmers and the steering wheel warmer. You do need to turn on the heat and the AC in certain situations, but definitely being conscious of that will definitely prolong the range that you get out of these cars. So make sure you keep that in mind, especially if you're going on a road trip or going somewhere that is really far and that's not somewhere that you're used to going every day. Keep that in mind, and you will definitely get more range out of your Tesla Model 3. Moving along to tip number 4 is to manage your tire pressure. Now again, that might seem obvious, but if it's something that you neglect, it'll definitely decrease the amount of range that you get out of your car. Tesla makes it super easy to check the tire pressure. It's not like the good old days where you have to plug in a pressure sensor. The car is one of the smartest cars out on the road. So the computer and the technology inside the car tells you what all 4 tire pressures are, so you don't have to get out and check manually, but make it a habit once a week, once every 2 weeks. Just double check your tire pressure to make sure it's what it's supposed to be to maximize the range that you can get out of your Tesla Model 3. The fifth tip that we're going to be talking about in today's video is to plan efficient routes. Now, that is not something that you have to worry about anymore thanks to Tesla and its software. You simply plug in the address that you're going to, and the calculations that these cars and that GPSs nowadays make is absolutely ridiculous. So if it's a route that you take every single day, definitely plug it into the GPS and it'll optimize the perfect route for you to take. Like I said, these things make crazy calculations, and it'll maybe take you one route one day and the next day it'll take you down a different route. And these things calculate insane things that we don't even think about, like depending on how much the ground is sloped. And it knows it can get more range out of it. It'll tell you to go that way instead of that way, which is absolutely insane. But definitely over the course of a week or every 2 weeks, it will definitely maximize the range that you can get out of your Tesla Model 3. So I highly suggest syncing your phone calendar with your car's computer so that it knows exactly where you're going, when you want to go, and it'll get that all mapped out for you and maximize the range that you can get out of your car. Now I do have a bonus tip for you guys, and this is something that's kind of obvious, but you might not have thought about it. Definitely try and keep these cars parked indoors as much as you can, both for cold and hot. Definitely helps with keeping the battery at a temperature that allows it to hold more charge for longer. So like I said, we're in the Chicagoland area, and it gets super cold. It's about 40 degrees in this parking garage right now, so it's not ideal for this car. So if you're able to put it somewhere that is indoor, that's got some heat, things like that, it will definitely prolong the range that you get out of your Tesla Model 3. But guys, those are the 5 tips plus the bonus that I have for you guys in today's video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.